Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of Will It Extract. As always, I'm your host, Benedict Liu, and I'm joined by the Trusty Edge System. We're filming this episode in anticipation and participation of summer, and July 4th, which of course is American Independence Day. There are many traditions that come about on American Independence Day, from playing baseball to filming fireworks on your phone that you'll never watch again. But I think the most sacred and important of traditions is the American Cookout. I don't think you can have a full-fledged American Independence Day or summer without the smells and sounds of burgers sizzling atop a hot grill. What's that, Edge? Oh, of course we put a lot of other things in the grills too. Let's see. To be inclusive, we always have some black bean burgers, some corn, some salmon, some shrimps on the bobby, which I know Australians don't actually say or sound like, so I apologize, Australians. But, I'm forgetting an important one. I can't think of anything, and I wrote this script. Oh, the hot dog. Of course. I can't believe I forgot. The greatest of American inventions that isn't an American invention. I can't believe I almost forgot about the all-American hot dog. And in honor of the porcine delicacy, we'll be looking at the hot dog today and extracting hot dogs on this episode of Will It Extract. So how do we go about extracting a hot dog, and what might we be looking about in that extract? Well, before we handle all that, we'll first need to go to sample prep. Well, this isn't going to fit. I guess we need to first get the hot dog in a more Q-cup friendly shape. And fun fact, hot dogs nowadays are often found in a skinless variety, which, aside from being cheaper to produce, also has the added benefit of sounding terrifying. So, first things first, we'll go ahead and get this hot dog in a more metal shape, like so. And then we'll go ahead and prepare our sample cell, the Q-cup. So I'll go ahead and take one of our Q-discs, placing it into the bottom of the Q-cup, making sure it's laying nice and flat, and then reassembling the Q-cup like so. Today we're using our S1 sandwich of Q-disc, which comes pre-stacked. It's simply a glass fiber membrane surrounded by 2 cellulose filters. And once that filter's in place, I'll go ahead and add our ground up hot dog into the Q-cup. And once our sample is weighed in, the last step is I'll go ahead and take our Q screen, a stainless steel mesh, insert it into the opening, and then press down with a tool. The Q screen just helps to keep the inside of the edge clean and also the sample submerged in solvent. So like that, our sample preparation is done, and I'll go ahead and place the Q-cup into the rack, take an extraction vial, place it right beside it, then I'll go ahead and come around front, pick up the rack, set it into the edge, then I'll go ahead, go into the software, and then select our method, load it into the queue, press play, and press start. And so, while the edge is running, we can talk a bit more about hot dogs. So the pork sausage actually came to the US by way of Frankfurt, Germany, where the original pork sausage was served to people during imperial coronations. And I can think of no better food to eat while being sworn in as a monarch than a tube of meat. Eventually, German immigrants brought their wieners to the American Midwest, where the original sausage cart customers were given gloves to protect their hands as they guzzled down the product. Unfortunately, store owners lost money when customers didn't return the heat-protecting gloves, so eventually the wiener was encased in a bun instead. And thus, the American hot dog was created. There are many variations on the hot dog, with different condiments and accompaniments like chili and cheese and cream cheese. My favorite, however, is pretty classic with just a bit of mustard. Well, the edge still has a bit more in its run, so I'll see you all in a bit. And now that the edge is finished, we have our extracted sample, as well as our extract, which is nicely filtered thanks to the Q-disc we put in. And it's got a nice hot dog essence about it. So what might we be looking for in that extract? Well, there's a lot of things. One thing might be fats for things like FAMES analysis, which can be analyzed by GCFID, such as the lucidity mini GC that's standing right there beside me. Or perhaps we're looking at things like dioxins. Dioxins are especially concerned because they are persistent organic pollutants that are carcinogenic as well as teratogenic. The main source of human intakes of dioxins is through consumption of high-fat foods, i.e. hot dogs. Well, thank you all for joining me for this episode of Will It Extract. For more information about the Edge and other CEM products, please visit CEM.com. For more information about our Lucidity Mini GC and Mini LC, please visit luciditysystems.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. You know, Edge, there are a lot of questions in this life. For example, what is the purpose of life? What constitutes being good or beauty? Or is the hot dog a sandwich? You know, there's a lot of categories of food. And sandwiches, I guess you can always think of as innards that are encased by 2 slices of bread, generally with one on top and one on the bottom. But that kind of doesn't encompass things like, you know, a sub sandwich, because it's kind of just like a cut in the bread. It's not actually 2 slices of bread, which also excludes hot dogs, which falls into the category of like subs, which I guess maybe constitutes things like tacos or other things like that. Well, of course, there's other categories of food besides, you know, hot dogs or sandwiches or dumplings or things like that. No, I don't think spaghetti is either a sandwich nor a hot dog.